Good night, people. I I am making this recording to bring something to the light that was that was dormant for about some 5 years now, and I figure more or less that I should make note of it because there's an intention to go viral with it. And beside going viral, I want to pursue litigating circumstances surrounding the issue. Mainly because I am targeted and I'm targeted for destruction. My reputation is on the line, and it is deliberate what is happening, and I am not wrong in any sense of the word or contributor to being targeted by this individual and a circle of people that surround this individual. It was about 5 years ago, if my memory serves me correctly. About 5 years ago it happened, but prior to that, I was invited to a church to take part in the membership. Mean as though I'm not really a Christian minded person or gospel grinding person, but I do adore the church, and I would time and time again get invited to several different churches, and I do attend for a very short period. I just go until I figure that I can't be bothered no more, and I just stop. But this particular church is so far the last church I have joined, and I promise I will not join any more church, no matter what. I joined the church and started attending the church. Sunday service, meetings, functions, everything. I was in the church. Anyhow, it went on for a while, and I didn't have any cell phone, and because I was taking up position in the church, like I wasn't any choir member or any staff member. I was just there. I was just there, and they confided in me that they accepted me in as one of them. But I was not yet a documented member. Anyhow, long and short of it, they decided that sometimes I should go and open the church, and they allow me a key because I was close to the church than some of those who members of the church were. So they allow me to go and open the church because members usually come to the church and are standing outside waiting, so on and so forth. So they offer me to open the church sometime. So I didn't have any phone, and they decided that, oh, we're gonna have to find a way and get this guy a phone so we can contact him and tell him that such and such person is coming, and I should open up the church and I should prepare for them. So they gave me a phone. It went on that they used to call me on the phone and procedures, standard procedures, as was decided. I open the church and I wait for members to come in and so on and so forth to start service. One night, I got this phone call on the phone. It was a guy. Anyhow, before that, the person who gave me the phone was a prominent church member. Goes by the name Richard. They call him Richie. And he gave me the phone. He's the one who handed over the phone to me. I took the phone and I kept the phone. Not for my personal use to phone any institution or anything. I just kept the phone for answering to the church members. And while there with the phone, I got this phone call. It was another church member phoned me. It was a guy. Distinctively, it was a guy, it wasn't a woman. Identifying himself as a church member. And we didn't chat for long. Then he hung up, said bye, and went on for a while. During the day, and the second time I got a phone call, it was during the daytime. This guy phoned the phone, and he asked for the same guy who handed over the phone, Richard. And I'm like, who is this? And the person identified himself to me as a church member, but he is not the member of this, what would you call it? Branch. He's not the member of this branch. Apparently, they have another branch somewhere else. But I don't know that branch because I wasn't yet in deep into the church. It was some foreign people. They were all foreigners who owned the church. And this guy phoned me and he asked for Richard. And I said, I don't know where he is. And he asked me, how do I get this phone? And I told him exactly what happens. The church member decided to give me this phone because I was supposed to partake in something, to play some role. And this is the role that I get to answer this phone. Anyhow, we was chatting normally. And I'm like curiosity. And I asked the guy, what is your name? The guy identified himself to me as Mark King. And I identify myself. However, I went on asking, what do you do? And the guy said to me, he works at the immigration department at the what do you call it again? The port authority. So I'm like, so you are an immigration? And he's like, I deal with immigration stuff. And I'm like, okay. And like out of elation, remembering that I got immigration issues because I do have some immigration issues with the embassy. And I'm like, you know something? Now that we're talking and you identify yourself as an immigration, maybe you can help me with something. Honestly, nothing else was in my intention or nothing else was there to me to think of vindictive or deviating to this guy repetition or idea. So we chat a while about the immigration stuff, and I'm like finding out some stuff about him, questioning about what can be done, how can I go about this, blah blah blah, because the immigration got my papers and they won't talk to me and they don't want to speak to me because my spouse is living in overseas, and because my spouse could not present certain documents like house title, She didn't have any obstacle, and she didn't. She was a school. She was going to school at the time, and she couldn't present certain documents to um to fortify her wanting me to reside in overseas with her. So they put a hold on the application. They put a hold on the immigration status with me and my partner overseas. So it went dormant. So this is the reason why I brought it up to him, and I'm like, maybe you can assist me with something. And he's like, oh yeah, I can. Just throw it out. And I'm like, yeah, this is whatever. So on, so be the case. This guy, Mark King, he said to me, it's gonna cost you $25,000 to do some paperwork and do some checks. And you have to provide your passport, and you have to provide your birth paper, and you have to provide some ID, photo ID. So I'm like, I inquire, where is he from, where where does he live, where does he carry out his immigration work apart from, because I suppose he must have a office. So I figured out, and I found out that he got an office. So we arranged to meet. This time I don't know who the guy is. I don't know what nature this guy was, or what nature he possessed, or rather. So I went on to get the information from this guy, and I decided that we're gonna meet. I got the $25,000, went to my bank account, and I drew the $25,000, and I prepared my passport, my birth paper. I took the photo ID and whatever documents there that I could present, my certificate, my marriage certificate, and so on and so forth. And this guy said we should meet at a particular place, downtown Kingston. So I wait and I wait and I wait and I prepare everything. Then I went downtown Kingston, and I decided that, you know what, I got some business in downtown, so I'm not gonna just go downtown and just do this. I'm gonna prepare some other paperworks. So I prepare some other paperworks. That's when I go and meet with this person, and done. I should just go on to my personal business affairs. So I went downtown. I met this person. It was, if I can remember clearly, it was the Bank of Jamaica parking lot, if my memory serves me correctly. So this guy now, we went off, say he's going to his office. I don't know where he took me, because I don't know those places in West Kingston, because he drove through some back roads in West Kingston. He go through he go to Marcus Garvey Drive, and he goes all the way to 3 Mile. I know that he went to 3 Mile, and he turned up into some back roads, and he go to some back road. He did not use the main road that I know, like Hagley Park Road, and go to Arthur Tree. He went to some back roads that I don't know, and we ended up I distinctively remember that when he went to all the back roads, we ended up at what you call that boulevard? That boulevard that run from 6 Mile go all the way up to Constant Spring Road. Washington Boulevard. We ended up at Washington Boulevard, and I saw the sign, something like "Welcome to Duane Park." So we went to a house, and We went in. There was a woman there, and the child, elderly woman and the child, and it appears that they were leaving when we got there. So we went in. It was a office-like place. Couch, desk, computer, blah blah blah. Just set up like an office. Papers here, papers there. Coffee table. So he's like, "Can I see your documents?" So I gave him the documents. He looked at the documents, and he's like, "Oh, this is easy. I just called my fellas at the embassy and have them look into it for you." And he's like, "Can I have the money?" And I gave him the $25,000. And I'm like, "Are you sure it's gonna cost any more?" And he's like, "No, it's just about that because he's not doing the immigration work because it's already gone through. If it was so on and so forth, it would be like some $200,000 and so on and so forth." I was totally confident that this guy got some immigration contacts and he would speak to somebody in the embassy to see if they could look into my documents and at least give me the benefit of the doubt that at least my partner may not be able to accept me based upon her status, but as a person of my stature, I should be able to speak and represent myself in some sense of the word to the immigration so they could see what could be done on my behalf. Everything was going fine. To my surprise, this guy came out of the woodwork and started presenting himself to me as this fully blown gay person. And I'm like, "You're serious? You're not serious. You're joking." Because I don't believe he did not portray, he did not present himself. I thought he was like just messing about to see how I would react. Because if I reacted anyway, in any way that would compromise my situation, it would be my fault. So I decided not to react in any way compromising. So I was joking it out. So he's like convincing me. He was speaking in a convincing way, like he's this kind of person. And I was downplaying his convincing behavior, his convincing words. So he did look into the papers, and then he look at me, and he's like, he wants to be in a relationship with me, and I'm like, "You serious? You're not serious. We came to do this thing. Why are you switching this thing to me? What are you trying to prove?" And he's like, "I'm serious. I'm serious." And he beginning to become serious. And I'm like, "You're serious?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then he went further to say that he want to mate with me. He want to like have sex with me. And I'm like, "You're really serious?" And I'm looking to it and I'm thinking to myself, I'm looking to the whole situation. I'm like, I don't know where I is. I'm locked up in a house with this immigration guy. As a matter of fact, told me he's some immigration consultant, whatever. I'm locked up in a house with this guy with my documents. I don't know what this guy is capable of. He also got a gun in the house because he is in some position with the work that he does, that he carries a gun. And I was like there thinking to myself, what on earth did I have brought myself into? And I'm like, play calm, play cool. And this guy was pursuing me like he want to have sex with me. And I'm like, "Yeah, you're serious? You're really serious?" And I'm there sitting down in the couch and I'm tense like hell because this has never happened to me before. I have never, I've never gotten into this encounter. I've never met so close somebody, some male person who is putting this kind of thing forward to me. I've never had this in. I heard about gay men, and I've heard about homosexuals, and I've heard about people who are indulging that kind of behavior, but I've never met one personally. Never. Fully. Never met one personally. I don't know how they operate. I don't know what they look like. I don't know the language. He even he even said to me, I don't have to be afraid because, and I don't have to worry about anyone knowing because he is a member of the gay society and they speak a different language and he will teach me how to speak their language, so whenever I see one of them in the street I would know exactly who they are and what they're made up of, so I could disguise myself from the real world. This is how he's laying it out. I wasn't asking him, he was laying it out. And I was listening because one thing for sure, you can shut your eyes, you can shut your mouth, but you can't shut your ears. And I wasn't prepared to stick my finger in my ears for not hearing what's next. So I get up and I said, you know something? Where's the bathroom? And he said, it's upstairs. And I run off upstairs, and because I was coming down with some urine. And I ran upstairs and I ran into the bathroom and I took a piss. When I pulled the bathroom door and come back out, he was outside, upstairs, outside the bathroom door, showing me his bedroom, wanting me to come in his bedroom with him. So I turned downstairs. I did not show any remorse, I did not show any anger, I did not show anything because I didn't want to upset this guy because I don't know what he is made up of or what he would do because he carries a gun. And it's when I reached the house I realized this guy carried a gun. And I head back downstairs and I'm there and I'm like, you brought me to your house to take care of some immigration issues. Take care of my immigration issues, so on and so forth. And let's go. I sit in the couch without any anger, anything. I was as calm and placid as a lake because I didn't want to upset this person because I never know what he's capable of doing. And I'm like, there, sitting down in the couch. To my surprise, he get up, fidget around, go into the kitchen, come back out. I'm like, you done? And he's like, yeah. I'm saying, let's go. He's sitting in the couch beside me. And I said, okay, let's talk about one more thing. You're whatever, suppose in the States, overseas, she gonna have to like whatever. And he started telling me some stuff, taking it out of context again after he told me that he could whatever, taking it out of context. And I'm like, but you told me that you're not gonna have any problem with her. You're just gonna go to your folks and speak to them in the embassy and get things out of the way. If it can't work, let's just forget it. Give me back my money, give me back my papers. And he's like, don't worry, don't worry. Next thing I know, his hand was on my zip and he's touching me. He fondled me. And I was like, dude, I still didn't get angry in any way. I get rowdy. I'm like, dude, I am not into that kind of lifestyle. Just leave me alone. Let's go. Let's go. Get out your house. And he's there. He's there because he got the privilege. And all I would have to do is to start a fight. And he did what he could to touch and fondle. And I was like, dude, behave yourself. Do not interfere because I'm not into that lifestyle. I'm not a gay person and I'm not down with your gay lifestyle. Just leave me alone and let's take me right back to where you pick me up and I will go and get my transportation and go to my business. So after that molestation, because that's molestation, yeah, I said, I said, I need to get my papers back from you and I need my money because whatever, whatever. And he would not give me back the money. And he would not give me back the papers. He got my birth paper. He photocopied my birth paper. He photocopied my passport. He photocopied my marriage certificate. And what else did he photocopy? Yeah, he took the photo IDs. Four things. I think he took four piece of documents from me and my $25,000. And I said, I need to leave your house now. If you're not giving back my money and you're not giving back my papers, I need to leave your house now. And he said, okay, let's go. Because obviously he realized that he wasn't getting anywhere with me. I mean, this is what I'm going through as a man with a guy who is a church member claiming to be an immigration. And we went into the car and I felt so violated because I'm thinking to myself, I'm really gonna have to drive with this person, go downtown. I'm thinking to myself, how many people know this guy and see this guy? He even stopped at a shop. He stopped at a shop into a ghetto community. I don't know the community, but it was somewhere in West Kingston because we go back through the ghetto community from we leave Delaney Park and we go travel eastward towards Marcus Garvey Drive. And he stopped into some middle parts of the ghetto at a shop and there was a couple of girls there, and then he went to another place, said he's gonna pick up something, and I stopped in the car and there was a couple of guys were there and they saw me in the car and I'm thinking, oh my god, they saw me with this person and they probably know who that person was. So I'm like, okay, I wasn't wrong about nothing. I honestly went to take care of some immigration status and this guy took me downtown where the buses park, right where the buses park, because I decided that I'm not gonna go back down to where. I said, drop me off down by where the buses park, and he dropped me at somewhere around Tivoli Gardens, somewhere near Tivoli Gardens, and I took my bus. I went away, no phone call, and I didn't phone this person because I promised I'm not gonna phone this person. But I keep the phone still because I know that church people will phone me. And I said nothing to none of the church members. I didn't even say anything to the guy who gave me the phone. And about a month after, a phone call came in. It wasn't the number that he phoned me on. It was a different number. So I thought it was some other church member. When I answered the phone, he identified himself. I'm like, what is it you want? I already told you that I'm not into your lifestyle, and because that's what you're trying to pull off on me, I ain't even bothering with you and my immigration status. Just forget it. Keep $25,000 and forget it, and forget about everything. Because he decided he wasn't gonna give me back the $25,000 on the papers because he already took it and it's a job and he decided it's gonna do the job. And I'm like, okay, so you're gonna do the job and just forget it. He was on the phone. When he finished talking, he loved me and he wants to be with me and he wants whatever, and I hung up the phone. Sometime after, I got a next phone call from a different number because he called from different numbers. It was him again. He forget about the immigration stuff. This time he's not saying nothing about the immigration stuff. Because I'm still listening, if he's gonna say, wow, we made a breakthrough for you. He didn't make any breakthrough for me. He's talking about some love affairs with me on the phone in a very short period because they didn't get the time to say what he wants. So I'm like, what about the immigration status? And he's like, we're gonna talk about that soon, but I wanna get to say something to you. And I'm like, I don't wanna hear nothing from you about unless you're talking about the immigration stuff. And he's like, hold on, I'm gonna tell you something now. I'm gonna tell you something now. I said, I don't wanna hear nothing from you. I don't wanna hear nothing from you. Just forget everything. And I still not get angry with this person, Up till now I don't get angry with this person. And it go on and go on and go on until me realize say for me to have this number to answer the church people and take care of the church people business, this guy is gonna be in my life. So guess what I did? You know that they used to, you know that the phone number within a couple of days, within 90 days, it would go dormant and transfer to somebody else. I decided I'm not gonna tap up the phone. I'm not gonna tap up the phone. I'm just gonna leave the phone open and let it run to the 90 days and let the phone company shut it down. And that's exactly what happened. It went to the 90 days and I didn't tap it up on the phone company, shut down the phone. No more phone call from the person, no more phone call from the church. The church people asked me what happened and so on and so forth. I told them that I lost the phone and they decided that, and they didn't decide to give me another phone. And we just went on. I just went on to my business and I went to the church still and I pre-meds everything. And the guy who gave me the phone was there in the church and he didn't identify himself to me as a gay person because the guy identified him as a partner. Anyway, it came to the point where I got some business taken care of online, only to find that this individual online was impersonating me. So I was trying to figure out, who is this person impersonating me? Who is this person impersonating me? Who is this person got my marriage certificate? Who is this person got my birth paper? Who is this person got my, that they can identify themselves as me in every sense of the word? And I could not figure it out. I could not figure it because it went on for like 2 years after, 3 years after. I beginning to find this wannabe impersonator online. To my surprise, I do an investigation and I did a drawn out tactics online and did some investigation in the streets, so on and so forth. To my surprise, my intel revealed to me that this very same guy, this very same homosexual guy, Carl, goes by the name Mark King, is the very same guy that took my documents, claiming to be an immigration, took my $25,000, claiming that he's going to take care of my immigration status for me. Online, with my birth paper, my documents, impersonating me, interfering in my affairs online, impersonating me with my affairs online, setting up websites with my data, pulling data from my social media platforms, posting them to his websites. Everything that I post online, he extracted from my social media platform, share it to his platform, and identifying himself as me. So he's identifying himself to the world as me, as a gay person. So people seeing my photo, people seeing my images, people seeing my documents, people seeing my stuff and identifying themselves as a gay person online. So people started posting certain things to my platform now because he connect the website to my platform. So whatever come from his website comes to my platform. He took from my page to his platform and made the connection. So whatever goes on to his platform comes to my platform sometime. I even listen carefully what is being said on air and the translation that I got from what went on air identify this very guy calling Mark King, the member of the church, the immigration guy who is online destroying my reputation. After he violated me, after he took my documents, after he lied to me that he's an immigration, after he took $25,000 from me, this very same guy, Mark King, is online destroying and ruining my reputation and have everybody out there believing, and worse, it gets worse. Mark King is telling his circle, he's identifying me as his partner. This guy, Mark King, who said he's an immigration, took my documents, took $25,000 from me, is now telling people that I am his partner. Where does this go from here? I don't know, because in a case like this, I wouldn't even get angry with him because it's gone so far and I didn't get angry. And I wouldn't even threaten his life. I would even threaten his life. I would even threaten his life that I would put a bullet in his head. And I would not. As a matter of fact, if I see this guy today, I would not know what he looks like, because I swear to God, I don't remember what this guy looked like. I do not. I put my hand on the Bible and swear to the living God that I don't know what this guy looked like. I don't know if he's, I don't know what description I would say this guy have, because I never took a good look at him, because I was afraid to look at him, because how he came out of the woodwork, to me in his office. I didn't even take a look at him. I didn't take a glance at him, so I don't know what he looks like. If I see this guy today, I would not know what he looks like. Believe me. And I swear to God that I don't even forgive him. I don't even forgive him, because he took my money, he took my documents, and all my documents, my valid documents, is in this guy's hand. And this guy is online, ruining my reputation, telling people that I am his partner, posting my videos, extracting my videos, extracting my photos, my profile, extracting my documents, everything that I put online. This guy is extracting everything, mounting them to his website, identifying them to all of his homosexual circle, his LGBT circle, and posting them as his partner. It is being said that I am this guy's partner, and I do not know what this guy looked like. And I did not lift a hand, even when this guy was fondling me, even when this guy is touching, even when this guy was making an attempt, like he wanted to get with me, I didn't even raise a hand to touch him. I didn't even touch him to push his hand away, because I know the law would back me that this guy violated my rights. And I did not lift a hand to push him away, because I didn't even want to do that. I just tried to avoid him. I watched him carefully to see if this guy was serious. I watched him keenly, with my shoes on, my trousers on, my belt girt around my waist. My shirt was tucked into my trousers, and I got a vest on over my shirt. And I was there, well tucked in, watching this guy behavior. And I was convinced that if I had took my clothes off, and if I was a gay person, we would be in some relationship. But I promise you, and I swear to the living God, and I put my hand on the Bible and swear that this guy and I have nothing to do with anything called relationship or any agreement about getting involved with his affairs. Because all my life I know myself. I got a girlfriend. I got several girlfriends. I only know to have girlfriends. I got several girlfriends. And I'm not talking about one girlfriend. You could call me a womanizer. I am never with any one woman at any given time. I am always with women that sometimes they even fight. They even argue. They even cuss me out. They even threaten me. I have real woman issues growing up as a kid, going through school. I got real girlfriend issues. Girl fighting, girl beating up each other, girl stalking others, girls inviting me out to hotel. We go to hotel, we go outing. I leave from one girl house, go to a next girl's house. This is my life. I know nothing about going anywhere with a man, going anywhere with a guy, having a close guy friend. I didn't even have a close male friend growing up as a kid. Until this day, I don't have a close male friend. And it even making it worse that I do not want a male friend to keep. Even this day, I do not want a male friend to keep based upon my experience with that guy, that church brother. He's a church brother. Just that he didn't attend the same branch that I attend, but he's a church brother. And this is what happened to me joining up with a particular church run by some foreigners. And the be all and end all of it. I don't know if I plan yet to go viral with this video, with this recording, because it's a recording because I'm not showing my face. Because I'm keeping my face private to protect the innocent, to protect my innocent. But that guy is a violator and he's a con artist, a scammer and a thief. And if needs be that I should report it, but I am going to get the advice of an attorney first to see what can be done. I'm going to make an attorney listen to this, my story, and see what can be done about this guy violating my rights as a molester and a thief and a scammer, as a church member pretending to be an immigration, then come out of the woodwork as this fully blown homosexual, imposing himself on me, pushing on himself on me. I'm talking about real pushing on. And as much as I didn't give myself in to this guy to find out if he will really go to bed with me, if I'd allow him, I am convinced that this guy, he would have, based upon his behavior and his character. He was very pursuing. He pursued me like I pursued a woman. I swear to God, he pursued me like a guy pursuing a woman. And because I figure more or less because he did not have his way, he felt very intimidated because I am sure that he has never met anyone who turned him down before. I am pretty sure he never met anybody who turned him down before. So I figure more or less this is why he is online trying to ruin my reputation, because he wants me to come around to him. He is trying to find a way to come around to him. And I would not, and I will not, and I am going to expose you as I already did on this video, just for it to go viral, to expose you and expose your church and to expose your lies and expose your circle that you're trying to use to violate me personally, physically violate me, and trying to literally violate me again. You are online. I know that you're online, and you are the very same guy who is using my identity to impersonate me, pretending to be me, and having people believing that you and I are partners. And I don't know what you look like because you keep hiding your face behind my profile. You set up a page, you set up a website, and you use my profile. You do not use your profile. You use my profile, and you have everybody knowing that this is you, and this is your profile, and this is your partner's page, and this is what you are doing to me, and you know who is exposing you. The public don't know who is exposing you, but you know who is exposing you. And I'm sure that somebody is gonna get this recording and they're gonna pass it to you. Watch yourself and watch out, because I'm gonna sue you. I'm gonna get the necessary information that I need how to approach a situation like this. And I'm gonna sue you for molestation, and I'm gonna sue you for scamming. And you are out there because your name that you gave me is not a name, that is alias. The name that you gave me is a pen name, and you work at the, and I identify that you do work at the, for how long I don't know, but you was working at the at the um the customs house. You work at the customs house because you did indeed said that you have to go to the customs house to speak to one of your assistants there about the situation, one immigration. And we went to the custom house, and you went into the custom house, and you spoke to somebody, and you came back out, and we leave the custom house before we went to your office. So you do have connections at the customs house, and it's gone over 5 years now, and I have not gotten any result about the immigration status that we started out discussing. And you got away with my money, and you got away with my documents, and you haven't gotten away, but you are out there with my money, 25,000 Jamaican dollars, and you're out there with my documents, and you're out there knowing in your heart that you did me wrong, and I'm gonna get you. And I'm gonna get you, and you're not gonna like the way I'm gonna get you, but I'm gonna get you. Beware and be dead before I get to you, because you're gonna pay big time. You, Mark King, are gonna pay big time. And this is how I end my recording on this debacle of a person I never knew exists in this world until I have some issues with immigration. And I'm gonna close now because I don't think I have nothing more to say about this person, more than he's a thief and a liar, and he's very dishonest, he's a culprit, and he's a homosexual. And who doesn't know about you must know and be aware of you, because I'm pretty sure a lot of guys who are gullible are falling into your trap. I am pretty sure that there's a lot of guys who need help, and don't know real help when they see real help. and they fall for you and get trapped and become your partner, your sexual partner. I figured I must be the only guy you have never gotten your way with. That's the reason why you decide to get at me, to destroy my reputation online with my very documents that I honestly put into your hand. You did not sneak in anywhere and find them. I gave them to you to take care of some business. I paid you to take care of some business, and this is how you repay me. And you shall pay. I promise you, you will pay. One way or the other, you are going to pay. Because you're very unfair, very dishonest. You have no right beside violating my rights, violating my person. You touch me, you put your hands on me, you put your hands on me without consent because you have the advantage and you're in your office and you feel like you feel like I was powerless. But I wasn't powerless. I did just want to get out of your office to end everything. I did just want to get away from you to end everything. And when I gotten away from you, I end everything. Because I deliberately let the phone company shut down the phone. So there is no renewing of that number to me. I deliberately let them shut it down. And I deliberately not answering any call from the church people prior to the time of it being shut down. Days before, I just did not answer any phone call to the church member because I didn't know who was calling me. I just let the phone company shut down the phone. And that's the only way I could get rid of you because you would not give up. And each time you ring the phone, you leave messages and you want to contact me about relationship. After I gave you my money and gave you my documents, after you identify yourself as an immigration consultant, and you took my money and you took my documents and turn it into a love affair, all of a sudden, it's like I paid you to fall in love with me. It's like I paid you to want to convert me. I wasn't even baptized into the church. I wasn't even baptized into the church because I wasn't prepared to get into the church business. I wasn't prepared to take on any choir. I wasn't prepared to take on any deacon post. I wasn't prepared to take on any missionary. I wasn't prepared to take on nothing more than just go to church because I adore church. I would just put on my clothes sometimes and just go to a church randomly and just listen for a few and just cut. And many times I got invited to church and I just showed up and show out because I am a secular kind of guy and I don't know how to convert into a church lifestyle because I would be in the church singing Beyonce song. I would be in the church singing a Michael Jackson song. I would be in the church and hear a Lionel Richie song playing outside and nodding my head and humming to it. That's how secular I am. I am not into the gospel thing. I do not sing gospel. I do not promote gospel song. I don't like gospel song. I am absolutely 100% totally not a church person. I just adore church because it's like a recreational place. Like Sundays, you're at the house and you're bored and you don't want to go to the dance or you don't want to go to the party, you don't want to go to the beach. I just go to the church and sit down and listen. When they're singing, I don't even study their songs because I cannot sing with them. I don't study their songs, so I just let them sing. And I stand and I let them sing. And I don't even beat tambourine and I don't even clap because I don't want to get into it. So I try not to give myself over, because I knew that I would not totally be submitted to religious order, because I love secular life. I like to have a drink. I like to have some smoke sometime. I don't smoke regularly or smoke like a chain smoker, but now and then I would take a puff. Now and then I would take a drink. Now and then I would like, and go to the parties, and I am always listening to secular music, be it reggae music or be it R&B. It's 100% secular, and this is me. And I wasn't even prepared to give into the church, to convert into Christianity, let alone to be converted into homosexuality. And I forget you, and I forget everything and let it run. And I did not forget. I let it run, but I did not forget until it came to the fore now that you are the very same guy who I let off. I don't know if I want to say let you off the hook, because you already got caught, and fish that got caught cannot be let off a hook. I have to pull you off, and I just cut the line and just let you go. So the line is in your mouth, and the sinker and the hook, and you there out there swimming with it. And see, you got tied up in a reed with the same line that was cut loose with you, tied up in a reed, and now you're caught again online, running amok of yourself, trying to ruin my reputation, using the gay community, using the LGBTQ plus agenda to encircle me, encircle my social media platform, to 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 to, to encapsulate me into your circle, so everyone in the street would see me and accept me as such. But to this day, it has not been manifested, because I do not portray any gay or any homosexual persona to the public. And everybody who know me to be a heterosexual, to be a womanizer, still hold me as such, because I have not switched and I have not converted into your lifestyle or into Christianity. I am still this wild secular person that love woman, and I would go to bed with 3 women. I would leave from one woman house and go to the next woman house to sleep, and wake up in the morning and go and meet another woman and follow her to work. I would take another woman money and make another woman feel comfortable. That's the kind of guy who I is. I got luck with woman. I got woman who take care of me. I got woman who do things for me that is remarkable and unbelievable. I got woman who does things for me that would not do for their man. I am a burner. I am not burner boy, but I am a burner. I give men bun. I give married men bun. I bun woman with their friends. I bun woman with their closest friends. Call me a home wrecker, but I wreck home. Call me a wedding crasher, I crash wedding. Call me a party crasher, I crash parties with women. I have never gotten involved in anything. This is the first time anyone would hear anything about a gay something with me. And this is it for now. end my story.